you want to learn how to make a greenhouse and 1/6 scale houseplants for your dolls, watch on. If you're a plant parent, your mini-me doll should be one too. Hey Moody Bratz, it's Michaela, and today we're gonna make miniature houseplants and a greenhouse for your dolls. Let's move over to my workstation. Hello from the front of my apartment. This is where we are going to set up the greenhouse for now. This is it right here. It is the soccer display case thing from Ikea. Also, if you're like, wait a second, is that the museum over there? Yes, it is, because I do not have a doll room because I do not have a lot of money. Anyways, I am going to take this out and start setting it up. Nice. It's the future. I'm working on this again, and I had an epiphany about this shelf. I want to try to cut it in half. So we're going to go to Harbor Freight Tools, and we're going to get a little saw, and we're going to cut this thing in half. Because if we cut it in half, it will fit. Because, like, look at this. The length of the bottom, it fits over half of it because we're going to cut it in half down this line. So, like that will fit. That will fit. Let's go do this. I'm just gonna go in and ask them what kind of saw they think I should use for this. Phoebe is gonna be by my side, so let's go. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, I did not buy the one she recommended because I didn't want to spend like 30 bucks. So I got this one. Now we're gonna go home and put in some elbow grease. Hopefully cut this bad boy in half. I'm out here in my parking space of my apartment building and we're gonna cut this thing in half. Let's do it. I forgot to mention that I got this shelf at Target, but I did get it like last year. So you may already have this. Hey, I couldn't decide which wash I liked better because some of them were lighter, some of them were darker. So I ended up getting two, but realistically, I don't need two. I don't have the space for two. So this was the perfect opportunity to switch one of them up. We now have two pieces, so let's see if we can fit one in that greenhouse. It does not look perfect. The edges are not exactly straight, but I think it's gonna work. The front wall is up so that it doesn't knock over the wall, and I think it's gonna work really nicely. Get in there, guy. It is low-key a little too tall, but I think we are gonna make it work. Okay, I figured out how to put the other shelf in there. It is not perfect. Obviously, you can see it, like this little area over here. It's not perfectly lined up, and but that's honestly the only reason it fits in there, because the edge of it right there is broken. Like the glue kind of came apart when I was cutting it, but I feel like this is the vibe. Obviously though, it needs more details, so I'm gonna teach y'all how to easily make some tiny houseplants for your dolls. Yay! This method of making doll plants is so easy. Here's the supplies I'm using. Obviously we are using some fake plants. These are the ones I picked out because they have small leaves, so they make good doll size plants because the leaves aren't too massive. These ones I got from Joann's on clearance last year, I think, from the spring sale. And this tile one is from Target this season. Also, I'm using tacky glue to glue them together, but you could also use Mod Podge. I just like the tacky glue because I prefer the nozzle for this. Plus some beads. These are ones that I thrifted. And some caps. These are from eye cream, from toothpaste. The orange ones are from rice vinegar. I collect caps from different bottles and tubes because they make great tiny pots for tiny dollhouse plants. Now let me show you the process. You'll need some scissors to cut up the fake plants. Once you've chosen your bead and what kind of plant you want to start with, start snipping and arranging. This one is a bit too tall to just go straight in this bead, so I'm gonna cut it down, and I'm gonna use probably 1 or 2 of these sprigs. Play with the arrangement to make sure you get something that you like. This actually does look really good with the 1, so I think I'm just gonna stick with the 1 on here. Put some glue in the side of the hole that you want the plant to be sticking out of. And then it's really just as simple as sticking the plant into the glue and sitting it out to dry. How cute is this little guy? The cap method's gonna pretty much be the same. Play around with the arrangement first. This one honestly could do 3, maybe even 4. I am satisfied with how that looks. I like that arrangement. So, gonna hold it together so that it keeps looking like you want it to. And then we will put some glue in here. Make sure you put it on like the sides. Get it in there good. Get some good coverage with your glue. And you don't have to do this in the same hand as the plants, but you want to make sure that you keep the plants, keep a hold on them. And we're just going to stick them back in there and wait for them to dry. Spinning the end on there a little bit just to make sure that the glue is everywhere. The glue will dry clear, so we don't have to worry about that. How precious is that? Tell your friends to save their toothpaste caps for you. Here's the plants I made for the greenhouse today. I organized them by type of pot / bead. Since they are beads, they can fall over easily. So to put them on the shelf, I will be using sticky tack. Yeah, this is just the office sticky tack that you use to hang posters. I'm just gonna put a little ball of it underneath each pot. Not necessarily this big, but I'll just feel it out. And now it's time to place them. This is gonna be the fun part when we see it all come together. This thing is about to be so much more detailed. I also took off the front glass pane so it'll be easier to place them. Once we get them all in there, we're gonna put on the sides and we will put a Bratz doll in here. Let's get into it. The method I like to use for this process is to set a few in there, switch them up, figure out the placement that I like, and then secure those ones down, add a few more in, figure out if I like the setup, and once I'm happy with everything, stick them down. I only use the sticky tack on the beads. I didn't end up using it on the caps because the caps have a flat bottom. I was listening to a podcast while I did this because it can be a time-consuming part of the process, but it is very rewarding. Here it is with all the little pots in it. Here's a closer look at some of the little plants. You can kind of see the white wall sticky stuff, or sticky tack rather, underneath the pots, but since these are white pots, I'm not too worried about it. I could have been more precise with it, but I just didn't want to spend that kind of time on it. Also, you don't have to just use these for a greenhouse. Little plants like this make such a fun detail to add to room setups or dioramas, and they're so easy to make. It's ridiculous. Like, I was making these just sitting and watching true crime and making my little plants. So it's something you can do while enjoying something else. Maybe throw on a YouTube video in the background. Hey, like, I don't know, I have a series on here restoring some dolls. Maybe you want to learn about that. I don't know. Anyway, this is exactly what I wanted. It looks so cute. Now let's add the rest of the walls of the greenhouse and stick a girl in here. Actually, we're gonna stick a girl in here first because it's probably gonna be a lot harder to do with it closed. It's so cute. But I will say, putting the last 2 walls on this greenhouse was honestly kind of difficult. I really had to like push them down in there at the end. So if you do get this and you do try this, just expect that it's not buttery smooth. Anyway, here's Phoebe in the house. She looks so cute sporting some overalls that are actually made for a Skipper doll. Hee hee. This little setup is everything. I am so satisfied with how this turned out. I hope you guys feel confident that you could try this. While this shelf may not still be available at Target, I'm sure you could make something similar with supplies from the dollar store. If you want me to make a tutorial on how to do that, let me know, because that is a video I can work on. Or if there's any specific videos you want me to make, please drop them in the comments. Like, I am here for you. I want to make videos that you guys actually want to watch, so stay tuned, because next week I have a huge Daiso haul for dolls, and then we're gonna open the Mowalola dolls and restore some Bratz Magic hair dolls. So make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss any of these videos. I put out new videos every Wednesday on here, but if you can't wait for that, I post on TikTok almost daily and I post on Instagram stories every day. I have the same name on those platforms, but it is also listed below. If you like these long form videos and want to see more of them more frequently, click the link below to donate and support the show. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!